All right, y'all, we on part 13. So this is for educational purposes only. This is not your property insurance um, policy, right? This is just a sample for y'all to understand and just follow along so y'all can look at your own property policy and you can kind of know what you're looking at, right? All right. So we were still talking about exclusions. I thought I was on the last one, but I strolled down on this one on my laptop, and it's some more exclusions. That's why I say y'all better read these exclusions, cause baby, what page we on? We on page 7 already. We started at what, page 5, and we got how many exclusions? We got 22. So, and this is just this policy. I don't know what your policies say, but you need to read them because they important, okay? So anyway, you got, so the next one is the 14, number 14. So freezing of plumbing, fire protection sprinklers, heating, air conditioning systems, or household appliances, or discharge leaking or overflowing from within the system or appliances caused by freezing, which the building structure is vacated, unoccupied, or being constructed unless you have used reasonable care to maintain heat in the building, shut off the water, water supply and drain system and appliances. This is important because um, the freezing of the plumbing, especially since we're in the cold weather now. If the freezing, if the pipe freezes, or even in um, the sprinkling system that y'all got on the outside of the house, everybody got a water hose. Um, where the water freeze, you need to cut it all the way off, basically. Where you connecting that water hose to your house, cut that water all the way off. Make sure it's um, not on. Okay, a lot of y'all leave the water hose connected to the sprinkler, and then you just don't never cut the water off. You better be careful with that because the water freeze, and then it gets hot, and then the water it's gonna defrost, right? I've had sometimes some claims where the water comes back up into the basement or the crawl space, and at that point can't cover it, right? You also have to be careful. It also says that it will not cover for heating or air conditioning systems or the household appliances of discharge, leakage, or overflow from within the system or the appliances caused by freezing. So your household appliances, right? Also, what it is saying is you got to make sure that the house is vacated. Meaning, a lot of y'all people who rent these houses, if something happen, it looks like it won't be covered, baby. Okay, and in some, I've even seen in some policies where they say that if you are not occupying that space or the primary residence um, within those 30 days, then they won't cover whatever claim. All right, 30 days. Sometimes I've seen 60 days. So you got to be careful. You got to read these policies. Most of them do require you to be occupying the space, right? In a particular amount of days. So you got to be careful with that. All right. Then number 15, freezing, throwing pressure or weight of water, snow, or ice, whether driven by the wind or not. This exclusion apply only to fences, pavement, patios, swimming pools, foundation, retaining walls, bulkheads, piers, waivers, or docks, right? So, um, so people who live in these areas up north where it snows really, really bad. So it'll snow so bad sometimes where the pressure of the snow, it'll cave in, right? So it says freezing, thawing, pressure of weight of water, snow, or ice, whether driven by wind or not. That's an exclusion. If the if the snow, let's just say the snow, um, it caves in on your, I don't know, your ottoman, um, then it won't pay for it. That's an exclusion. If even if the snow melts and it becomes water, it still won't cover it because they specifically say water or snow, right? Even ice. Sometimes these shingles leave ice dams, right? So you gotta be careful with that. Then you got 16, seepage. Your seepage right here, meaning continuously or repeating seepage or leakage over a period of time, which is if it's your weeks, months, or years, right? That's very important too. We just spoke about that. Seepage means, and they give you the meaning of seepage, right? If you let water continuously um, just drip over time, weeks, months, years, then they're not gonna cover it, and they gonna find out, right? All right. So then they even give you an A and B. All right, from the plumbing, if it come from your air condition, your heating, um, any of that, they're not gonna cover it. Even if it come from within or around any plumbing fixtures, including but it's not limited to, meaning they include in this your shower stall, your shower bath, your tub installation sink, or any other fixtures designed to use water or steam. Okay, so if you got a bidet, yeah, a bidet also fits into this category because it's a fixture designed for the use of water, right? All right, number 17, then you got theft. All right, theft from your resident premises while your dwelling is under construction or installation. All right, or supplies or materials for use in the construction. So if you are doing construction on your house and your contractor leave his pliers, um, they're not paying for it. Or he leave his bobcat and somebody steal it, they're not paying for it. Okay, vandalism. We all know what vandalism is. They not paying for it. And look at what they got. Uh, your dwelling is uh, vandalism or malicious mis if the dwelling is vacated or unoccupied for more than 30 consecutive days immediately prior to the vandalism. A dwelling under construction or installation is not considered vacated or unoccupied. So if you under construction or installation, it's not considered vacated or unoccupied. Now, if you just rent a house or you moved out and you didn't, oh, I want to go stay with my auntie for 2 months. Okay, somebody come and they vandalize your house, they're not paying for it. And they got ways of knowing when you vacate your house. So you gotta be careful with that too. I know the ways, but I ain't gonna spill it right now. All right, then you got 20. Um, and I'll go into that in the next video because we got that one. Yeah, I'll go in that next video because we don't went long enough. So like, share, follow, and we'll move on to part 13.